And how are you settling in?
Yeah, well, it didn't take me long. I sort of talk to everyone and find out everyone's story, and everyone's really quite polite down in Victoria. I got a nice little place in Richmond, not too far from work, and quite close to restaurants and cafes. So it was quite easy to sort of get settled and start enjoying the life outside of cricket down here, as well as focusing on what I need to do as a cricketer.
Well, it's been an exciting year or two for you. What do you think is the next step for you?
Just a little bit more consistency, and we've spoken about it at nauseum with the coaches about being a consistent contributor as well as a performer, and hopefully.
What does that mean for you, though? Can you give us some examples of what consistent contribution means?
For me, it was being flexible enough to play the role that I was asked to do. Sometimes I found myself a little bit confused as to what I was asked to do and what I needed to do. And cricket is relatively simple, and it's only the players that make it complicated. And I feel as if I probably made the game a bit too complicated. So consistency will come with knowing what I need to do and simplifying it to the point where I know exactly what to do.
And in a game sense, can you sort of think of some ways that you're working on that?
Essentially, we spent the entire pre-season doing a lot of spot bowling, making sure we're hitting lines and lengths and going through the channel. And we've seen actually quite an improvement in all the bowlers from last season, that they're able to run in and hit a spot and work out the conditions and adjust to it quite well because of that general spot hitting that we did in the pre-season. So that's helped as well. Along with bat and hand, it's a matter of toughing out the first 10, 15, 20 balls, working out what's happening around me and getting it done.
What about at Clubland? Are you being looked after?
Yeah, I've had a bit to do with Melbourne Cricket Club. They've been really supportive and making sure that I'm filling my role with Victoria Cricket as best I can. Very supportive and making sure that I'm where I need to be and doing what I need to do.
Adam Dale had any input with you at this stage?
Bits and pieces, yeah. He's been really good to sort of come back and talk to about the things that I need to be doing as a bowler. He's a little bit different to me, and the way he played, and obviously now the way he coaches, because of his mind frame was, run in and hit the spot over and over and over and over and over again, and go for as little runs as possible, whereas I'm a little bit different bowler, so we sort of bounce ideas off each other quite frequently, and he's quite good to sort of chat to about everything cricket, really. Yeah.
And Feisty Fridays, how's that been for you?
It's been interesting, yeah. Mickey Lewis brought in Feisty Fridays to get us sort of putting the wind up some batsmen. It's sort of like shooting fish in a barrel, though, in the indoor centre where it's dark and the Syntho pitches bounce a little bit more. So it was good. It was good. You'll have to ask the batsmen what they thought of it, but we found it quite entertaining.
So I dare say that you're better mates amongst the Bushrangers squad of the bowlers rather than the batsmen.
Well, not really. I think my better mates in the squad who were batsmen, they knew that they were going to cop a few bounces, but the blokes that I didn't know all that well, I sort of threw them up, or a couple of slower balls or something like that, so make sure we got off on the right foot. But it was good fun. I think it was a good thing to sort of bring in and sort of broke down a barrier of player and mateship, which was just something that they identified as a bit of a weakness last year.
And Damien Fleming, have you had a chance to have a chat to him today?
Just briefly, just then. He didn't offer much in the way of cricket. He said that he'd nearly been hit a couple of times by John Holland, and I said the Duck's a pretty good golfer, so if he nearly got hit, then he was probably aiming for you. So.